Hello, Dari. She's probably checking the app. I told her I might go live today. I'll just wait and see if there's a few people on. I just want to do a check-in with you guys because the energy has been a bit up and down. And I'm just wondering how everyone's purging's going. I'll wait for a few people to get on. I was chatting with Dari in relation to a few new style videos I'm going to be doing, but obviously there is a process. Now, I've had a few people say, why don't you do mid-month? I may do. And it's not I don't want to, it's more the time relating to the recordings. I'm trying to get a few of them pre-recorded as for the general zodiac, so I can kind of forward project. Hi, Michelle. 3 to 4 months. I don't go any further than that. But I will be doing additional videos. It's just about getting those videos done. So in theory, when you think about it, it's almost 48 videos. So that's a long time sitting. I'm going to try and change it up. And I've been using my bath salts and meditation and, you know, walking. I think I did about, 10K yesterday just to get myself grounded. I must be clinically insane. So how is everyone's purging going? Oh, I'm still here. That counts, right? So what subject matters have been coming up in your mind of late during this retrograde? It's like we just got to make it through to... Yeah. Look, I'm in Australia, so I generally find that usually a few days before the energy comes up, hi Arizona, I tend to feel it probably a little bit before you guys. Hi Dolly, how are you, Dal? Okay, now be prepared because a mass purge is coming. Now, when I say that, it's you've got to discern between what is your energy and what is another's. A lot of you guys, and I feel I'm tuning into a particular wave. Now, I think this is more the ones who have had their twins go into freshly karmic situations. That would have been February, March. I just want you guys to be prepared that you're going to have a bit of a purge. But I feel you're picking up on the collective energy of your masculine's energy. What do you mean? Do you know what life is showing you? I did a past life regression with Kim yesterday because I kept having this distinct feeling connected to a lifetime, and yeah, sure enough, something come through the cards. Sometimes it's handy to do that so you can have, you know, some clarity on what maybe the past life situation is. But I think we're in the 4D, 5D and 3D enough as it is to be jumping back over the dawn of time. Usually the karmic cycles are connected to past life situations, but you'll see them currently physically in your 3D. So you don't necessarily need to jump back over Dawn's Day. You kind of do know by a synchronistic pattern that has evolved over your lifetime to give you kind of some aha moment about what's been happening in a pattern. So you'll find in previous lives real strong energies were with you in previous lives, and I've kind of key pointed those individuals now. And you'll see a pattern underlying in your life that's happening. So to break that cycle and to tie up those loose ends are the key to it. Yeah. So yeah, do be prepared because there is going to be a bit of a purge coming. That's another thing I wanted to tell you guys, which I hadn't actually shared, which I thought might shine a bit of positivity on the situation. Now, clientele related. Now, not that I'll go into aspects of who these clients are, but I can actually say there has been a shift. I have had masculine and feminine energies come to me for readings, in very separate to traditional readings. Obviously, I do all style readings, but I have noted that I am working with couples in twin flame connections now. So yes, unions are coming. You know, and a lot of us are in our ego going, how is that happening? That's not possible. And it really hadn't really occurred to me. And the twins themselves were quite surprised that, and it all comes down to the reader and who their clientele is, etc., and who's been, you know, when those videos are coming out. And obviously, if I'm to do mid-months, you know, the channel will be spread, so to speak. But, you know, it is important that if you feel someone is a twin and you know they're a twin or feel they are, guide them to certain, you know, readers, so that, you know, I'm going to try and channel what I'm seeing. And what I am physically seeing is I am getting couples in twin connections really working together through their process at the moment. Now, success during retrogrades and this year, your mindset's going to have to be very singular. So if you're going to go back over old ground to the old paradigms, you're going to jump back out of union again. So do remember that, guys. You know, you've really got to be very responsible when it comes to your own energetic feel. When it does come to the purging, you know, go to a reader you trust, or, you know, I've been very blessed that through this journey, towards the end, I've met some very interesting people all the way through, really. But definitely to be able to note when you're having the trigger point, it's a bit like going to the doctors. And that's the only way I can kind of describe that situation, is that if you're feeling an ailment coming on, if you let it go too far, then there is a cause and effect. It's the same thing. If you're getting a mass trigger and you're directly working with your twin, being self-aware is super important. On top of that, going to get the support so you're not taking it out on your twin. And remember the mirror, okay? And I hate that. Yes, part of the mirror is very relevant, but there are some waves of twins that are further down the track, which you would deem them as the first and second wave twin, which Darry has asked me to do a video on that. I will be. But I only generally talk about it in terms of the energies. When I say first and second, you guys are the ones that will be coming into that aspect of union. Now, when it comes to that, I will do a video on that. So I'll leave that one aside. When you do come into it, being mindful is super important, especially during a retrograde. Not such a great time to come into union, but don't look at that as a block. If that's meant to happen, that's divinely guided. It's meant to happen. How you use your energy in that given situation is crucial. So if you're having a trigger point with your twin and you're in contact, touch base. I'll work with you and I can help get you grounded. I can try and help you with some tools of how to get yourself grounded to deal with that conflict. What else do I need to tell you guys? A lot of purging is coming from the masculines who are in karmic related dynamics, and that is due to the fact that they're having their awakening. Now, a lot of ego has been directly connected to anger for those of us who have been longer on the journey. And many feminines are getting very offended, insulted by some readers on YouTube, and I totally grasp it. You know, I'm very cautious about how I use my energy when I come onto YouTube, because ultimately speaking, I can speak from experience. Sometimes, see, someone's getting triggered. Oh, I love retrograde. Hilarious. Yeah, I don't even think it's just the waiting. I think it's okay, some of us who have done a lot of purging, a lot of processing, it can be the factor of the ego connected to the 3D. And this is where I always say, you know, you got to remember, I'm a twin. I also, sometimes when I do listen to other readers, just to grasp if there's a collective energy, and that's generally after I've done a video or if I've got time, I might look at a title, I might look at a synchronicity and say, look, that's a collective energy. Now, some of the readers I might bounce onto and have a listen to. It's very interesting. Yes, we're taught in this journey to have unconditional love, but you need to also not forget, which is part of feminine cycle, which is really what a lot of the YouTube readers don't discuss. The unconditional love is to yourself as well. So a lot of what the YouTube readers are actually preaching is in relation to masculine having the unconditional. On the 5D and 3D, you understand the bigger picture, okay? That being said, on the 3D, you have a different feeling. So the ego, the hurt, the betrayal, that's there, that's relevant. But your higher self is telling you and understanding completely why maybe trigger points have come up, why karmic situations have come up. You get that. But the pain connected to it does come up. And that is a lot of the preachings of certain YouTube channels are really undermining the pain that divine feminine has gone through. And I find that very sad that that energy's there, because we're taught to have the unconditional, yet it's still theoretical from that YouTube reader, old paradigms, because it goes both ways, okay? So yes, 100% what they're preaching and talking about is very relevant. But to break that cycle, the unconditional has to come back to self, okay? So it's about you saying, no, what happened was not okay. Yes, that you are entitled to have an apology. Yes, you're entitled to be acknowledged. Yes, you have a right to be mad. And when they're saying you need to get your frequency correct to help align masculine, no. Look, there's nothing wrong with you, okay? You can have your bad days. You can have your good days. It doesn't mean you're a horrible person. It doesn't mean you hate your masculine. It means you're being relevant in that energy and you have an entitlement to feel those vibrations. I almost find it quite conflicting, and this is why. They're asking you to purge, but they're asking you to be unconditional, but they're asking you to keep your frequency correct. It's like, come on, get real, guys. Number one, you are in the 3D. Yes, we're evolving to be spiritual beings. You're going to be in it. You're not immune to that, okay? So if you want to say, try to be self-aware though. Go and get a private reading. Purge that shit. You know, get it off your chest. Get it to the point where you're spewing it out. You need to. You know, you need to get angry. It might be you need to break a cup. It might be you need to smash something. It might be you need to start boxing or kickboxing or, you know, go for a jog, scream. You need to get that out. It's not healthy. The purging, the reason we're purging so bloody much is because, look, divine masculines and feminines, the older wave of humanity, collectively speaking, has been holding this crap in for years. And now we're learning that that's an unhealthy way to do it. So we're naturally doing a mass purge. So some people will be saying, why are you purging all the time? Okay, those of them who haven't had, and nobody will not have a shitty life. I'm just going to be frank with you. We will all have a crappy childhood. We are not immune to that. But our perception and our mindset can change the vibration. So even our children and the children after that will have that. But that's why we are very important to do this energy work, so that we can lead by example. The joy. Nobody's immune to it, Capricorn, sorry. You know, everyone's energy will have the ups and downs. Not one of us are immune to pain. Not one of us are immune to death, ascension, dark night of the soul. So, you know, we've got to be really careful. And it's so funny. I kind of Googled the number 9 in relation to my house number adds up to that. And the energy in this house is about spiritually healing the collective. And I'm like, are you serious? It's almost like this house. Oh, and it's the Hermit card. I was like, well, that'd be right, wouldn't it? So to be a number 4 broken down, go Google it and see what it means. I was like, yeah, just... You meant the purging because it's hard to altogether let go. I think all of us feel that way. I totally agree. It's, how do I put it? Look, Librans at the moment, and I'm speaking from a lot of Librans I know, and I have Libran, but most of my chart's Cancer. They're going through the yuckiest purge. And it's not even purge. It's almost like they've been turned inside out, peeled away like a banana. And it's like, there you go, Libra. What do you want to do from here? A lot of twins also, the closer they get to the journey, will have everything shred away. I mean, if you think it can get bad, it can get real bad. Everything shred away. Your friends, your money, your family, your partnerships, your work, your location, your connection to, I mean, peeled to the point where you feel like you're a potato and you just got a little cube. And then you're like, okay. Now, it'd be different if it was a lemon, okay? Because then I could go make lemonade. But I've done that already, and you know, you get what I'm saying. Virgos, on the other hand, have mass potential, and they're going to be in it shortly. You know, Virgos have so much power, yet if anyone tries to suppress them, you best be watching out. So really watch out for the Virgo energies coming through soon. So be prepared for that one. Aries are probably going to be humbled in a little shape or form. I wonder what horoscope she is. Yeah, it is. No, don't apologise, Star. This is the joy of, it's almost like text messaging. So be kind when, okay, so what I'm trying to say is, don't buy into the energy when they're saying to you, you are supposed to keep your frequency perfect. You're human. It's natural. In order to heal, you need to purge. So don't get up in your head thinking, and it is, I mean, all of us would be doing it. We get on and we're listening to a video and it's saying, you need to hold your vibration high. And then it's saying, you need to have unconditional love. It goes both ways. Yes, we totally understand that masculine energies do have it hard, and part of it we will not understand till it's maybe shown, expressed, discussed. We can surmise or intuitively tune in to some of the situations, but until that transpires, we won't know. That phone's driving me nuts. So yes, from that perspective, we grasp, we are forgiving, we understand. But right now, collectively, emotionally, for feminines that are in the grit, the only thing you can do is tune out, try and focus on healing yourself and get yourself as grounded as possible. A lot of what has come through in the cards is that there is a mass shift coming. Derry asked me the other day, just do a video and tell us everything that's happening. I can't, because I need to directly link it into the videos as I go so that we can move through that process. It is a process. It's not like, you know, it's a bit like getting a 1-year horoscope and you read it 9 times out of 10, you're not going to remember anything that was in that after. It's going to aid you better coming through at the times so that you can utilize it in the way you need to at that given point in time. Again, some of the information I am keeping back for those who are going to be certain aspects of information for the ones that come through on a regular basis to me. I do share quite a bit on YouTube, but some of it I am going to keep particularly for my regular clientele, because sometimes what I have been noticing is it's repeating. So for them, I want to keep aspects for their path. Okay, let's read some of your comments. You need to live through the fear and anger before you can let it go. That's the reality. Have you noticed the gifts? Yes, I have. I've had, yes. For me particularly, definitely I have. Intuitively speaking, I think as you get further down in the journey, you're directly plugged in. So unfortunately, regardless of whatever I choose on my spiritual path and my twin flame journey, I will receive my masculine's energy forever and a day now, which is really fucked. It's like if he's having a bad day, I can physically feel it. It's not nice. Yeah. Look, some of the sensories coming up for me, which look, I am hearing things now more so. I used to see regardless, but now it's like they're walking around. They're dead. Yes, well, I already had a dream about that, and that has been coming through very heavily. So I will be doing a video in relation to that and the downloads that I've had connected to it. You guys need to be prepared from the 26th onwards. There are changes. So the reason the clocks are coming through, the animal totems, you need to start having a notepad for your personal journey. You need to be your own secretary. And you need to start writing these things down and see a synchronistic pattern. Now, Lionsgate Portal, again, you could look up the card of Leo. But I will be doing a video connected to it because there's lots of information coming through. So I'll do that shortly. There are shifts for certain waves of twins. So if all of a sudden you're being busy, the universe is giving you an aha. You need to get on it. So I've got a very busy day today. Yeah. Intuitively speaking, it might be that they're tuning into you and they're trying to send you messages. Some of it can be misconstrued though. So you'd need to, how do I put it? Some dreams that come through can be almost like deterring you from doing certain things. Other dreams can be telling you things that your ego is telling you, and it can be then their energy and your energy. So it's a mishmash of everything. So be disconcerting when you're trying to decipher the code in the dream. You might see a synchronistic pattern. I mean, I had the most random thing last night. It was like, yeah, I'm not even game to go into that dream. That was just, it was conversations, but it was the most bizarre conversations. And I was like, what? And it was with many people, not one. Yes, I've been clearing that. It might be a particular item. I actually found that some of the energy was coming from particular items. So if you have a particular item somebody gave you and you're no longer connected to them, remove it from the house. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Yes, I have. I've had visions of it. Any other questions, guys? You're a dag, Dolly. There you go. But definitely, I wanted you guys to actually know that, how do I put it? Yes, there are twins coming into union. Yes, there are twins communicating, but the success comes down to if you are energetically aligned correctly. Now, when I say that, you need to do the work. You need to not lose your power. If you're not energetically ready for that, it'll end up being a test, not union. So you need to just concern whether that is so, but you don't go in with fear. You need to go in with conviction and strength, but not ego. And it's like, you don't do this, you don't do that. It's like, you'll know the difference. If you're getting triggered, and it's not feeling aligned and you're like, yeah, maybe it'll get, no, it's not ready, okay? Step back. That's a hard one, Sarah. Energetically, although right now you might feel it's unjust, everything is divinely guided. So some of it might be actually keeping him away for certain things to transpire. Some people are actually going to be held at bay away from each other at the moment while situations tie up. That can be external, internal, yeah, and like connected. Then it'll be something, yeah, I'd probably have to work with you, Michelle. It's about them owning their power and not enabling them. So when you're saying, hi, Carrie Ann, how are you, Dal? Cool. How do I put it? I forgot what I was going to say then. Okay, when it comes to the trigger, if your twin's triggered and you're enabling, you're actually taking their power away. And you've got to remember, as feminines, power sounds a bit ego-driven. It's not. When I say power, you are being responsible for your own energy, okay? He bought an engagement ring after 11 years. It's a test. There's a trigger. Laugh out loud. Cosmic joke, right? Why would it be a joke? Oh, I get it. Sorry. Ha ha. You're funny. Yeah, talk about divine timing. Any other questions before I run? That was hilarious. Especially on my face. It was like, what? Oh, God. Okay, I will have to go.